Georgia, 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 the whole day through. Just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Georgia on my mind. I said, Georgia, Georgia, a song of you comes as sweet and clear as moonlight through the pines.
How we doing, ITL? It's Podular. Welcome back, guys. Thank you for joining us for episode 17. Today we are going to hit on some new information that we've got about the Human Dream. We're gonna briefly talk about the Jam Cruise set list, do a little bit of breakdown for that. We do not have the clips for Jam Cruise yet, so we're gonna do a majority of the talking about Jam Cruise next week when we have the music to put behind it. Then we are going to get into an Atlanta preview. Obviously, no shortage of clips to show you guys from the decades and decades that they've been playing in that city. Then we'll get into some predictions. We'll do Nate's Given Hot Take of the Week, and then we'll talk about what you guys think is going to be the next single off the Human Dream. Nate, how you doing, boy?
Scotty, first of all, it is Thursday, February 20th, 2025. Happy birthday, my guy.
Thank you, brother.
You're getting some birthday weekend Sector 9. Man.
I am. It is the closest thing I've ever had to a birthday show. I haven't even had one the same week as my birthday usually.
And where you grew up, nonetheless. How poetic.
I'm pretty excited, man. It's a lot of the old gang's gonna be there, and catch me in VIP for this 2-hour dance party we got ahead of us. It should be a good time.
Bro, let's talk about that opening clip though. That is Goosebump Factory stuff. That
every
is
time.
The opening segment from the band's 2011, 2012 New Year's run at the Tabernacle. Georgia on My Mind, man, that sample, it's kind of screwed up and yeah, you put some treatment to it into that tap-in. That's a really good tap-in for 2011 for anybody that's wanting to go back to that show. It's not on Bandcamp, it's on Nugs. Like I typically do, I'll throw all these links from all the shows that we feature in the description. But that's one worth going back to in 2011. But man, before we get into that, man, we've gotten a whole lot of news on the Human Dream here in the past week.
Yes.
With the forthcoming EPs, the full album. Break it down for us, man. What have we learned here in the last week?
Yes, so Alana went on a podcast. Apologies, I don't have the podcast in front of me. I just took the notes.
Flowers on Stage.
Flowers on Stage. There we go.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. Good job, brother. We will maybe we'll throw a link to that interview and a link to our pod as well. We got some really cool information about the Human Dream. This felt like it was going to be a big theatrical rollout, and sure enough, it seems like that's exactly what we're in store for this year. We're not getting this album anytime soon, guys, and I think that's exciting. I was hoping that this is what we were in for. The things that we learned on this podcast, we're gonna get 2 EPs before we get an album. Obviously, they will be. It seems like probably about a third of the album on the first 2 EPs, and then the third release is going to be the entire body. But that means, Alana said that the album is 20-something songs.
Holy crap.
So, just to go back,
Yeah, well, previous
inter yeah,
albums. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, it seems like you had
Interplanetary Escape Vehicles is 8. Live
Mhm.
at Home, which I don't know if you can really call that a proper studio album. That's the longest at 23.
Okay.
Artifact is 20. Peace Blasters 15. Ad Explorata is 12. TUI is 13. So I think it's safe to guess that we are in store for the largest STS9 album that they have ever released in their career. Pretty cool, man.
Certainly the largest since Live at Home, which I would call that a studio album for sure. But I mean, those are a lot of short songs,
Yeah,
and songs that have never been touched live,
right.
which I'd love to see some of that, like Purity 2, like that, all those little songs. What's the album we're missing here? Um,
Did I miss one? I'm sorry. Oh,
yes, Offered
well,
Schematics, Suggesting Peace. 11 songs on Offered
yeah,
Schematics, Suggesting Peace.
yeah.
Um, yeah, super exciting, man. And the way they're rolling it out, I don't know how many of the songs are going to be released as singles either. I think what we heard the cadence is every 5 weeks we're getting a single.
Mhm.
Um, so I'm terrible at math, and I don't know how that lays out on a calendar, but I don't know, man. It seems that's a lot of songs. I know they've debuted a lot of material. I would like to keep in mind too that none of these 17-ish songs that they released as a part of um, Chromolite. I don't think any of those are going to be on there. Even though The Human Dream is the title of the album. Um, so it's a lot to be excited about and a lot to speculate on, but it seems like we're going to get quite a few songs that we maybe never heard before, which is
Well, and that's kind of the conversation, right? And
Mhm.
I'm sure it's one that we'll have a little bit more in depth. I'd like to take some time in the next couple weeks and actually write down every song that's been debuted since Alana came out that's not on an album, and see
Right.
where we're at count wise there.
Mhm.
Um, because yeah, I think there's two ways that you can kind of build expectations around it. It might be a bunch of stuff that we haven't heard, or they could finally be kind of tying up the loose ends on a lot of the stuff that they have debuted over the last 12 years or so, 11 years with Alana that hasn't made it to a studio album or
Just
even to a
yeah. I
live
mean,
setting. I mean,
yeah, and with all those different releases, it comes so much art, right? You think about that.
mhm.
We already got new artwork for the Glass release, so a lot of visual art. I'm sure a lot of really tight merch. I'm sure different vinyl releases and stuff like that. It's hard to fit 20 plus songs on a single vinyl on with the two EPs. It gives us hope that maybe there's separate
EPs on the
vinyls
yeah.
that we can be taking a look at too, and how they split that up and what it sounds like is the full album is all really cool stuff.
Yeah.
But going away from the studio for a little bit, we had the first shows of 2025 taking place on international waters. Scotty, Jam Cruise 21, and boy, did they play to that theme, Jam Cruise. So again, we got an email through Bandcamp letting us know that hey, the with the travels between being on a freaking cruise ship, going right from there to ATL and all the prep, that we weren't going to be getting the soundboards until later this week. Again, we're recording here on Wednesday evening to kind of break the fourth wall there. So we don't have any of the recordings just yet. We will be playing our favorite clips from those shows on next week's episode. But let's talk about set list, Scotty.
Man,
Starting off night one,
yes.
you got it pulled up there.
I got it pulled up. Oil and Water opener. One of those songs that I'd say is probably played more as an opener these days, and when you get it, strap in. Oil and Water into Glass. Can't wait to hear that. We talked about
Hold on,
Glass in depth
I
last week.
I saw a note on that Oil and Water from Jason, which shout out Jason Myers, not only snapping pictures with Memorandum Media, saw some of the pictures as well. Looks crazy. Held it down on the set list and lounge for us. That is a hero. without a
Yes.
cape right there.
Yes. Oh
He
my
wrote
God.
down there was a Thriller tease in the Oil and Water.
Yes, he did. It's not on the Church of STS9 set list that I'm looking at, but I remember
They
seeing
typically
that
don't.
around.
They typically don't note teases anyways. But we'll.
So an oil and water with a Thriller tease into glass. Not a bad way to start off the evening. Then you got a Minister, which I think is pretty strong chance we're gonna see at some point on the Human Dream. It's all right in the mod.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Nautilus.
Let's give this next section it's full flowers
Yes.
here.
Yeah.
Right. So it's all right into Mod Modular, into Nautilus with Carl Denson on sax, into Mobsters, into Could You Be Loved. What the hell? Holy fuck. When I saw that on paper, I was like, God fucking damn it. What am I doing in Illinois right now?
Oh man, as we record this, somebody reached out to us over the weekend and sent us a recording, or sent me a recording of the first time that Carl Denson sat in with
Yes.
the band. I don't have that readily available, but we will play
I'll
that.
pull it up. Talk about
Oh, you
that
got it?
section a little bit. Yeah.
I mean, first of all, we really missed the mark on some of these water songs we could have guessed, other than Water Song. You've got Oil and Water, no shit. Nautilus, yeah, of course. Can't believe neither one of us thought of that. But man, Nautilus with Carl Denson. We were all looking for the Adam Deitch sit-in, and they had something way different up their sleeve. Oh, cool, man! I forgot those guys even knew each other. And so to see it's a consummate legend in Carl Denson. I mean that guy has been around forever. To see him get down on a Nautilus with STS9, that's really cool. I can't wait.
Bro, he plays with the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
Carl Denson he's played with the Rolling Stones for somewhere between 15 to 20 years. The dude has chops, man.
Right.
And that is really cool. So this first time they sat in, he sat in with STS9 was 2002, March 8th at the Fillmore in Denver. And he sat in on Ramon. Oh my God. That's a 16-minute and 45-second Ramon. And Moonsocket. Ramon and Moonsocket. Yeah, we're gonna have to revisit that at some point.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, we'll do it next week when we talk about everything else.
I'm just so excited to hear what that section sounds like. Because it's not your typical songs that kind of go together. I mean, you have Nautilus into Mobsters, which they've kind of done, but they've done Mobsters Nautilus, not the other way around.
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen it. It's all right into Mod. And then Mobsters.
That's another difference on the Church set list. It doesn't have Mod going into Nautilus here, but if that's what happened, that's new too.
Yeah.
I don't think we've never seen a Mod into Nautilus.
I think they may have stopped there for sure, but either
Okay.
way, like back to back, I mean, then you get the flipped Mobsters Nautilus, and then it's Nautilus Mobsters with Carl Benson, and then Mobsters into Could You Be Loved. That's never been done. They've done, I think, Gobnugget, Could You Be Loved, Wicca, Could You Be Loved. Obviously playing it might have been February 15th by this point, but I think that's a nod obviously to Valentine's Day. Super fun. And then you wrap it up with a Shaky Ground, Human Dream into Totem. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm really excited to hear that too.
I think it's I don't think anybody that I tend to agree with you on the Chromolite songs, except for the Human Dream for obvious reasons. I think there might be some kind of more hashed out version of that on
but to see him play around with it with a TUI track that is arguably the biggest banger on TUI.
Yeah.
I had someone reach out to me and like, well, like, crazy middle section could have finished stronger. I was like, bro, what?
If you're not on board with Totem by now, man, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. So then that was on the pool deck, and then the next night we get night 2.
Another one sitting right there for anyone to guess.
Holy themes, dude. I love Jason's notes here. Tonight the ocean swallowed the moon. It's been 8 years. or a little under about 7.5 years since they played that. Into Poseidon, complete with some big swells rocking the boat. Well, that could have been the big swells. That could have been Alana's bass lines. I don't know. Huge march. Then a Freak 2-3. Man, Freak 2-3 has been, you have those songs that have just been like, you've been hitting recent versions of them and you're just like, God damn, there are some really good versions of this song.
Yeah.
Never Never. This segment, Frequencies, Never Never, Shock D, Hubble. Holy dance party. Catch your breath, man.
Yeah.
From some of the videos I saw too, Scotty, I don't know if you saw a few of them. It looked like they had like a huge projector. This was
Yeah.
at the auditorium stage, like within the boat.
Right. Indoor STS9.
Yeah. It looked like they had a huge like projector, like projecting crazy visuals. I think the video I saw was from March. This is gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard shows to clip here, to pick a few. And then another huge Sun, Moon, and Stars into Vapors. I like that combo.
Yeah.
You've got the dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
And then When the Dust Settles to end it. So super excited to hear the boards. Because on paper, it's, as you say, an embarrassment of riches.
Yes, absolutely, man. I exactly what I was hoping to see. Some bust outs, some sit-ins, some songs that have never been played together. I can't wait to dive into these, and this will be fun because Atlanta's one long set next week. So in theory, we should be able to fill a pretty good show with the Jam Cruise and Atlanta Clips.
Yeah, it's gonna be a 2-hour show next week.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
But as if we needed another good omen as to what we're in for 2025 STS9. These set lists alone, if you needed another thing to be excited about this year, again, it's right there for you. But yeah, we break it down. You had Glass, Get Loud, and Rent.
Mm-hmm.
You hit on your Glass. I think that should be a half point. But either way, I had Water Song, Gob Nugget, Mobsters, which again, they did every other Water Song except Water Song. But I did hit on that Mobsters. It was overdue. It'd been a while.
I know. I've been calling Freak for every other one, and I finally decided not to call it Freak Suite, and there it is.
All right. Well, we got business afoot here in just a couple days. Scotty, you're gonna be boots on the ground at ATL Sector 9, man. Yes. Your first show in a while, right? Since Red Rocks.
First show since Red Rocks. Tending to the wee baby in my care now. So
understandably so,
but yeah, yes, absolutely. Any show in Atlanta is a good excuse to get home because that is my hometown, and so I've got family that can hold that baby down for a few hours while me and Kate go and celebrate my birthday with some homies, man. I get this really, really it feels like my heart's about to flutter out of my chest when I think about it.
I was gonna say the pre-show jitters are probably already going.
Yeah, I haven't talked about that too much on the pod, but you know that from me is I get horrible pre-show jitters. I feel like I'm performing on stage when I'm getting ready for an STS9 show, and yeah, those get exponentially bigger in Atlanta shows. But as soon as they start playing, I'm good.
So as we do here on Pop Podular, leading up to shows, and we have time for it, we like to dig into the time capsule of STS9 and just play a little bit of the history of different clips of moments, some of our favorite moments. Obviously, there's a long list of things we'll probably never even get to in Atlanta STS9 history. Their most played city by far. So we're going to go through the years here, and what better place to start than 1999 Smith's Old Bar here. So enjoy this.
Ooh, that wasn't even STS9. That was Hunter Brown and the Acid Jazz Experiment.
Yes, yes. That was the acid jazz experience for sure. Bro, when I think Atlanta STS9, old school Atlanta STS9, I think about bossos like that. So many cool tricks coming out of like a dub jam back into the meat of bosso, and then those key changes to end. Like it's so cool to go back 16 plus years and hear them up to some of their same bullshit they are today.
Yeah, I mean it's cool, right? Because like what I was thinking during that whole thing is like I kept catching band members sounding like us, other people, like other bands. And it's like,
Yeah.
of course, because they're 3 years, 2.5 years into being in a live band, experience at all. Like Phipps sounds like fucking it sounds like Widespread Panic, and
Sounds like
Hunter's
JoJo, yeah.
yeah, it sounds like JoJo. And fuck yeah. And Hunter sounds like Trey.
Trey,
Like
yeah. They're
just
still on
they're
Fish Tour, dude. They're still
yeah,
on
it's
Panic and Fish Tour.
exactly. And it's just, but like you can hear where it's going, and you can hear that like this is not those things. This is something that's going to be completely different. And you and I were fucking 9 years old when the show happened, but
Yeah.
you got to imagine that the people that are there felt that same thing. The early adopters of this band.
Oh, for sure. So this is January 1st, 1999 at
1-1.
Smith's. Well, another 1-1 show. What is up with 1-1 in this band? This is one worth going back to in Bandcamp. Obviously, all these that we do are. You got a HB Walks in here. You have a 20+ minute Gob Nugget in here. You got some improv in here. You have a Quest opener. Speaking of Bosso and Quest opener, where have these? I ad nauseum I will talk about. Where have these two songs been since Selector 9? Like. So hopefully in 2025 we get that.
You spent all that time getting them to sound as good as they sounded at the Paramount, and then you throw them in the fucking trash. I don't get it. But
have you been to Smith's?
Yeah, unfortunately I haven't. I would love to have that ATL flex, but no, I haven't. A lot of my friends have. It's just a very, very small hole in the wall bar that we hold in very high esteem. But yeah, just a tiny little bar in Atlanta's got a lot of history.
Yeah, I love that album artwork too. Keeps the sweet water flowing. Hey, maybe that is an omen for this upcoming weekend. That would be really
25 years later. Let's go. That'd be sick.
We'll see. We'll see. Cool. So we're gonna go from Smith's to the big stage. We're gonna go to Live as Time Changes with this one.
that LED wall was pretty fucking cool.
The original Scare Your Grandma STS9 song.
Yeah. I've watched that DVD a dozen and a half times in my life. I don't know if I've ever really appreciated that white LED background.
Yeah, dude, the point where, and again, this is from, we showed a clip from Live as Time Changes. This is opening from New Year's Eve on 2005. The like white like leaf thing that was going, like, oh my god, like, and this is 2005. This is like before like LED walls are a thing, so it's very like stripped down LED wall too. Saxon just really doing his thing on this one. Another song when I think Atlanta STS9 Open E comes to mind.
Absolutely. I mean, one of those just guttural things that don't feel like they could be created by anything by anyone other than STS9.
Right.
The noises that Phipps makes in the chorus of it, they sound like they almost sound demonic.
Yeah, like sell your soul to the devil type shits.
Exactly. Yeah, man, just classic 1.0 STS9, classic Saxton. You know, Hunter and Phipps look like they just got back from military school. Murph looks like he's about to get sent to military school. Just
fresh off the military cuts. I mean, dude, the sweeping camera angle views, bro, and like the way they were conducting themselves on stage, they knew how many cameras were in it.
Oh, absolutely. Something you don't see a whole lot anymore. I'd like to see them bring back is the split view, just the bar down the middle and Murphy.
Yes.
Yeah. Bring that back. Show me more at once. That shit was really cool.
Yeah, and the stage setup, which is the proper stage setup, Scotty, on this one. But again, anytime I go back, is like the nostalgia of HB and Murph on like the table facing each other in the middle.
Yeah.
Really cool. We're gonna stay in the Tabernacle for these next few clips, because you can't talk ATL STS9 without the Tabernacle here. And we got another Murph clip before we get into 2.0. I think an underappreciated song from the 07 era here.
Absolutely. See, Murph got sent to military school. Look at the haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. All right, Murph.
Look at the crowd. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Great raptor shot.
Yeah.
Somebody once told me to roll.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, son. Yeah, dude. That
Hell
shit got me
yeah.
fired up.
Oh, okay. Once told. Underappreciated song, dude.
I mean, dude.
I mean, just puts 2000 late 2000s STS9 in a nutshell, dude. That is like just gritty, dirty. I could smell the crowd from that video, dude. There's some great crowd shots.
Oh
This
my
is
gosh.
12/29/07. This so before Nugs was a thing, before what was the other DVD you had?
Tour gigs.
Tour gigs was the thing. We had iClips. Bro,
Yeah.
this whole run is on Pro Shot. There's a lot of cameras here. It's not as high quality as the Live as Time Changes ones, but some great shots of, again, or like little couple years later, Saxon, a little bit more tricks, a lot of smoke effects here. But yeah, this whole run is on iClips on the Church of STS9 YouTube page. I'll have this show linked in the description. Worth checking out all of these. I mean, it's in
I've never seen it before.
yeah, it's in 240. It's not like in 1080 or anything like that, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
I think Church linked it up with the soundboard recording, so these sound really good on YouTube. And you get a little bit of a visual aspect too, but man, yes, your thoughts.
that sample is your man. I'm losing my voice on this podcast as I'm talking. that sample is your biggest missed opportunity. You and Brandon's biggest missed opportunity for one of those shirts that you used to make. Somebody once told me that the world was gonna on the back.
I mean, who's to say we're done, man? Who's to say? Yeah.
You just haven't done it in a while, but
Yeah.
would be a good one to bring back in red.
Mhm.
Just a cool sample. I remember texting Brandon about it during the pandemic. It's kind of hard to hear. They don't ever really fully flesh it out until the end. But yeah, what that little girl at the beginning is saying is somebody once told me the world was, and then it just kind of fades out. I wonder what the end of that clip is, like what the end of that sample is, and where that's from.
Yeah, I would like to flesh that out too. But like talking about samples, woo, that is all-time sample work right there.
Just Shop City, dude.
Yeah, and they brought it back. I like kind of end the 2019. We saw it pop up in 2019.
Yeah,
and then a little bit in the early 3.0 era too. It's been a while since Once Told. Let me pull that up of when the last time it was played. 2023 Fillmore, New Orleans. So I guess a couple of years ago, but yeah, that's part of a crazy set too, that New Orleans show. But yeah, Once Told, just chef's kiss for Dark Sector 9. So we're gonna get into some lighter Sector 9 with this next clip, right, Scotty?
very, very much lighter stuff. like animals dancing through a wooded area.
Let's run it.
Saxton.
Thought we were done with Hoagie Carmichael and Ray Charles. Nah, the whole day
Never.
through. The whole day through, baby. Old sweet
Man,
song.
how many STS9 shows have you done from the front row?
Not a whole. I've never done a full one.
Really?
Yeah, just portions of it of
Okay.
shows. I mean, case in point, right there. That was the JMR video from the Fourth
First night of
Dimension
the-
run,
yeah.
first night of the Fourth Dimension run, 12/30, 2016. I just need to be back there to see the whole thing go down. But were you
So
first
I-
show for this?
Yeah, I was front row for this. This was a couple of my friends came in for just one night, and it was the first night of the run, and so I was like, yeah, let's do front row. We'll do the whole thing. And I was front row for this entire show. It was one of, I think, 4, maybe 5 STS9 shows I've done front row. And that curtain in that video, I will never forget that. This is to me, this is final form Saxton right here.
Yeah, with the vinyl screen he had behind him. Yeah.
That screen, even on the JMR videos, there's something that gets lost about it compared to when you're seeing it in person. I've talked many times on here about how much I love silhouette play when we're talking about lighting looks with the band, and that curtain was everything to me. That run. I every time I watch those videos, I get little boy giddy about it. Like my heart flutters, and I just want to jump up and down, you know. Just absolute crush mode from Saxton. This is my favorite Saxton looks. Zach with the guns out. Like what else can you say? Like, I mean, cut off both sleeves, dude. Just crush mode.
Yeah, but still Shelf Circus. I don't care. All right, just kidding. I was smiling during that one. That was good. Yeah, Circus, Georgia on my mind. Circus, Encore, correct? On the first
Yes.
night?
Yep, Encore. First night of the run.
Need to drink water for that. What do you say, Scotty? About 9 months later, same place?
Same place, dude. We don't leave church easily.
Let's pick it back up. mean, we could just keep watching that entire show.
And I did earlier today, actually.
Oh my God, dude, Saxon was on some bullshit, dude.
Yo,
What the
were you
fuck?
were you there? Were you
No, my dumb friend got married this day.
there? This was without a doubt the fucking hottest show I have ever been a part of in my life.
Temperature wise, yeah.
Temperature wise, it
Yeah.
was 125 degrees in the Tabernacle that night.
It looks like it. You could see it.
Unbelievable. No, it really was, dude. Like they by set break, the bartender told me the AC died in the first set. That probably did it right there. That probably killed it. They had the doors open. Every single like emergency door was open just to get some breeze in there because it was like you were like breathing in moisture. It was awful, but it was so fun.
The show is so good. Okay, so this is 8/26/2016. Really what for your Puma? Bro. Okay, this is the night before the Verizon wireless show, correct?
Yes, the 3.
Let's just take a look at this set list real quick.
Yeah, run through it.
Really what into 4-year Puma? Metameme into Tap-In. Crystal Instrument. Poseidon. You Don't Say into March. That's the first
Hold
set.
on. Sorry. That Crystal Instrument is absolutely fucking certifiable, dude.
Yeah. It's absolutely insane, dude. Set 2. Black Satin into Dance. F-Word. Totem into Didn't You Know? Erykah Badu. We'll get to that one later. What Is Love? Instantly Nautilus, instantly When the Dust Settles, reprise into this. Okay, sorry, let me rephrase this. Instantly into Nautilus, into instantly into When the Dust Settles, reprise into Edge of 17, Stevie Nicks cover. Ramon. Dude, I'm really tired just reading the set list. Encore, King Pharaoh's Tomb. Good God. Yeah, they were trying to kill someone that night. That's
No, dude. It was like they walked in the room that night and they were like, "Oh, if we're gonna be this hot, y'all are gonna be this hot."
you guys are dead. You're in big trouble.
We were in big trouble, dude.
I saw a Disco Biscuit show in August with no AC this summer. And it was almost like they did the same thing. But like shows like this and a Disco Biscuit show where like, okay, they're going to play like that. It almost feels good to sweat like that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. You're like, we're either crawling out of here or we're not. Like,
yeah,
at
I
that
might as
point.
well go all in. Bring your freaking towels, dude. Like,
Right.
Oh my God.
And that was how it was, dude. We were wringing our shirts out at set break. It was fucking awful, dude.
Disgusting. That gives
So
a different
fun.
meaning to what you say that the Tabernacle
Breathes STS9.
breathes SCS9 history.
Yeah.
Some of it was seeked into moisture that night. For sure.
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
Don't touch that drywall. That's a part of history. All right, we're gonna finish it up with probably the most ATL clip we've got of this. If I do say so myself, Scotty, these clips tonight would flow into a really nice set.
Yes, they would.
We'll finish the clips off with this one here. Go to the Eastern, a little updated venue for us.
22, rolling down the strip on the road, just coming up, slamming Cadillac low.
They really did dirty work with that one, man, didn't they?
Mhm. That was that the first time that was played since Rave Spell at that point?
Yes, it
Yeah.
was.
So that's a cool one too, because I don't think too many people thought that was a song that they would hear again.
I sure didn't know.
Yeah, and in such like a intimate setting like the Ravine was, where for especially at the time of the Eastern run, we still don't really know what a whole lot of those songs would become, if they were going to be regular rotation songs in the future or what. So for them to drop that in the middle of Atlanta and the Outkast sample, I mean, we were both in the building for that one, and I remember the pop when that first when those samples started. I mean, it was really, really cool to see.
Yeah, when they dropped into elevators, it was like, whoa, out of a nasty dusk.
Yeah.
This set is crazy too. Set 2, Big Basin modular, 14 minutes almost. People's 13 plus minutes. Dusk into elevators. The fattest Like I Do in the world. Like I Do.
Yeah.
15 plus minute Like I Do. 14 plus minute What Is Love. Circus, Encore,
Where it should
ABC,
be.
ABC's Firewall.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! Nasty work. This is night 3 of the East of the Sun run at the Eastern. We'll be back to this run many a time, but best light rig I've ever seen, not just of STS9, of any band. And this 4-night run is just unbelievable. What a way to christen STS9's history at this venue.
Yeah. This show in particular is one of my favorite STS9 experiences, just because of the story that it goes along with. As most people that are listening to this know, this is a rescheduled New Year's run that fell to a COVID increase, and it got rescheduled to June 4th. This happened to be the same weekend as one of my best friend in the world's weddings, who I was a part of the wedding. I was a groomsman in it. So you and I had an Airbnb together, did the first night, left the second night to go to Athens for the rehearsal dinner. Wedding was on Saturday, and right after the wedding, to my surprise, Kate goes, "Hey, fuck this! You want to go to the Eastern and see if we can't make the rest of the Sound Tribe show?" And I
Where
said,
did you
"Yeah."
where did you come in on this show?
So I came in like as soon as they started playing "Worry No More" in the first set. That section,
The ball drop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
that "Worry No More" and Celadus, HB Slaps Your Mom Respectfully, "Worry No More" is
It's still untitled on this, which
it's
is
still
cool.
untitled though.
Mhm.
But it pound for pound, dude, I would put this against anything they did in 2022.
Yeah.
That
This was the
section
show.
right there.
Yeah.
That 17-minute section is everything that I try to explain to people that TUI a chance. And it's like, you don't understand what this can sound like. Here, take this. This is
Yeah.
what I always try to get people with.
Right. Yeah, first set too. Really what March, Move My Peeps almost 15 minutes, 13-minute tap in. Then you get into the Worry No More. Whew. This was a great night, man. Oh my God. So fun. Scotty, let me just read you those clips on paper. See how this flows. Bosso opening, once told, Circus, Georgia on My Mind, Circus, Really What, For Your Puma, Dusk into Elevators. What do you say? What do you say, Zach? We did it for you.
I mean, if you can't give me my today,
There we go.
I'll
There we
take
go.
that instead.
Well, that brings us to our predictions. I believe the scoreboard, I've got some catching up to do. It's 5-2, right? So we've got our ATL predictions here. We're both going to pick 3 songs each. Scotty, Call It in the Air. Cool Mint 6, back.
Cool Mint Till I Die.
Boom.
Ah.
The back. I got first pick. I'm sticking with my Gob Nugget.
Okay.
And bro, Adam Deitch is gonna be in the building
Yes.
with Break Science.
Hmm.
So you got Sneezy, Marvel Years, Break Science, STS9. Man, you're gonna have a great time. Um, I get the point if it's Gobnugget, but I'm thinking Gobnugget with Adam Deitch.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Um, man, maybe I'm recency bias here, but that elevator seems like a pretty safe pick.
That's fair. I'm going along the same vein. I'm gonna take something from the Outcast sample world. I'm gonna go with Peoples. It's been more than 3 months. They played Gobnugget in Oakland, and they haven't played Peoples since Brooklyn.
Okay.
So you're up. It's your second pick.
I'm gonna do this one with my heart and go today.
All right.
Shout out, man! Shout out to Gina Wynn for kind of picking that up and running with it. That is still what I'd really love to see for my birthday if anyone's paying attention.
It's in the universe for sure. I'm gonna go with 12 for my
Okay.
last pick.
Okay. Let me see. Did they play Moonsocket on the boat?
Nope.
Yeah, Moonsocket.
All right. People's Gobnugget 12 for me. Elevators today. Moonsocket for Scotty. Look at you. You didn't pick a new song.
No,
Proud
I
of you,
mean,
buddy.
I'm rinsing them out. I'm going to run out of them by the summertime, I think.
All right. Well, hopefully I catch up a little bit here after this weekend. But yeah, what do we got next here, Scotty?
Let's see. We've got You're Giving Hot Take.
We're gonna do a new segment sponsored by Sets by Scotty called
Okay.
Given Hot Take. It's not a new segment, but it's just a funny thing to say. But it is brought to you by Sets by Scotty.
It is.
I'm gonna go with the theme of this weekend. I've been thinking about this, bro. You know one thing I hate about most STS9 shows?
What?
Set break. Give me more of these marathon 2+ hour sets. Bro, some of the best STS9 I've seen in recent years have been these longer 2 hour where they really get into it, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cool if they give us a tour where we're getting 2+ hour sets with an encore. There's something about that, man. A set break is weird. It makes me feel weird. I don't necessarily want to chat with everyone that wants to chat with me. Just kidding. You guys are all great. I love chatting with you guys. And I've got a lot of stickers to hand out at the next show.
You just might not always be in the right headspace
Yeah.
for said conversations. I totally get what you mean there.
Let's keep it going. Kick my ass for 2 hours straight. Let's go. I think one of the best shows recently was the opening night of at Full Moon Resort for Camp Elsewhere, where they did that marathon set. They ended up playing closer to 2.5, 2 hours and 45 minutes. But man, when they really get going, and it's about these sections, right? We talked about that section from Jam Cruise of like these 4 or 5 song stretches where that can happen a couple times within one sitting or one standing rather.
Right.
I think a lot of special stuff can happen. So I love the 2 set show. I love the 3 set show. I don't love the 4 set show. I think that's too much.
That's a bit
But
much.
I'm cool with some headlining STS9 performance, not just festivals. If we want to roll with some no set break 2 hours straight, gonna probably get a lot of flack on that, a lot of hate on it. It's an actual hot take, but
I'm gonna be honest, I don't love it.
yeah, that's
I
fine.
don't love it. I like it for this event. And you know, I would a set break would be weird for something like this. So I'm
Yeah.
all for the 2 hour sets within this kind of setting. But man, I'm getting a little old to go for 2 straight hours, man. I don't mind sitting down for 30 minutes or something.
If it's a multi-night run, yeah, go with go the evenings with the two sets and an encore. But some of these one night stops, I think it makes sense to try it out. Think of the Wave Spell show at Summit, that kind of first one. I can just think of a lot of times where I've had a lot of fun at STS9 shows. Bonnaroo, that was more than 2 hours, but
Sure.
like where it just keeps going. And there's just they don't have even a chance to lose momentum.
Even some of those get back shows like Mishawaka, which the
Mhm.
last night of Mishawaka, which wasn't a classic one set, but kind of a
Not
first
planned, yeah, yeah.
no a first set wash that turns
Hmm.
into oh fuck, we have to sit down for an hour, and then they come out and they give you that hour and 45 minute 2 hour second set. So
Hmm.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, there it is. That's it. We're gonna finish it up here, Scotty, with some predictions here. What do we think the next single is gonna be?
So personally, I think it's Dusk.
Okay.
Um, I don't know, just feels removed enough from the Glass sound to where if they want to give you a couple of different tastes of what this album's going to feel like, it feels like it would just kind of contrast nicely with Glass.
And Alana did say the one piece of information she would give us about the second single is that there are lyrics. And we do have lyrics in Dusk, or a sample, right? I think you have more
Yeah.
information on that.
Yeah, so Dusk actually, I asked Hunter this in line to get on a plane one time. Dusk is actually an unreleased Armani Reigns verse that I guess he recorded with them around the same time that he did Balancing and a couple other things that I don't think have been released yet. But that is an Armani Reigns verse. I can't really parse out what he's saying there, but there are technically lyrics in that, so it could fly.
Yes, that's a good point. So with that in mind, I'm gonna go with a song we haven't heard yet
Okay.
that is kind of vocally led, almost like a TUI track, almost like
Okay.
a Get Loud or something like that, or a Give and Take.
Okay.
Um, so I don't know if that's an easy way out, but like
We're not getting points for this either way,
no,
so
no,
that's
it's
super
not like a
cool.
points thing, but my prediction is that it's going to be something we haven't heard before.
Okay,
Um,
cool.
so and the thought of again hearing STS9 music premiered not in a live setting is something that hasn't happened since 2016, right?
Yeah.
So that gets me excited. We had some pretty cool um, uh,
Predictions.
responses as well from the prompt too from other people. Do you have a few that you liked?
Yeah, I mean, so what we're gonna do with this, guys, is basically whoever's right, if you're the only person that's right, we're gonna do something for you. We'll send you a sticker pack. Maybe we'll do a mini set list for you or something. If a bunch of you guys guess the same thing, we're just gonna put all your names in a hat and pull the right answer. But yeah, man, we've got Moss Levinson thinks it's Soul Slap. Jeff Johnson thinks Walk the Sky. Uh, Kelly Davis thinks G Funk. It feels a little less likely because it's more of a cover, but man, that'd be really cool if they flip something.
Studio G Funk would be pretty
Yes,
sick. Yeah.
I totally agree. Another soul slap from Jared Glass. Cam Evans thinks it's going to be Shaky Ground.
We saw a lot of Soul Slap.
Yeah, a lot of Soul Slap.
And I think that again to think about Soul Slap in the studio is gets me going for sure.
Yeah.
Got to shout out Sean Creighton, Galactic Spin Class.
Yeah. Keep putting it out there.
It'll be interesting to hear if that one is on the album because it's kind of a mashup of a lot of different songs. You have a lot of like Music Us samples in there and stuff too. So it'll be interesting to see if that one gets the studio treatment or gets a title at any point. Actually, it has a title. Just put it on the set list. I think we get that this weekend in Atlanta for sure.
The new Untitled track.
Yeah, they've yet to
That's-
play it in
Yeah.
Atlanta. So that's one I would expect to hear.
Okay.
Yeah. But just again, super exciting that we're getting new music and to think about it. I think it'll be what 3 weeks from now. We should probably get the next one.
Somebody said Dim B, which is actually something. It seems unlikely, but it is something interesting to think about. Maybe because one thing that they did says they're opening up the vault of the studio doors, or I forget exactly what they said, but Are we in store for anything that hadn't had the finishing touches on it studio wise? I don't know. I would think it'd be less than likely, but something to
Be
think about.
pretty. I would be so on board with that.
Yeah, for sure.
Bro, give me studio rent. Like
Right,
if they
something
go
like that.
if they go far back with some of those songs, that would be another wish list item for this new studio project for me.
Sure.
But that's it, man. We talk next week. We'll have a lot of music to recap. We'll have the Jam Crew shows. We'll have this ATL show. So super pumped for that. Scotty, safe travels, man. Happy birthday again. Hope you get that today. And I hope that's the only one you get. And I hope I get all three of mine so I can finally get caught up in this race. But guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for all the support. Subscribe to Bandcamp. Subscribe to us. Like, subscribe, whatever you're listening on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks for listening.